So yeah, um, my name is Aaliyah Wilson, and this would be the night that I truly felt as though I found the missing pieces that I needed to understand my life. I have been on a healing journey for some months now. I'm 21 years old, and for my 21st birthday, I gifted myself with therapy. I had been talking about therapy, researching about it. But at this point, I followed, a lot of accounts on Instagram and just seeing like their posts and reading them and scrolling through. It helped to read that positive stuff, and it kind of helped me to learn some things and understand some things about myself and kind of how to, cope and deal and manage, emotions and thoughts. And 2021 was a tough year for me, probably the toughest year that I've experienced on a mental level, emotional, physical, spiritual. I don't know that I've ever felt so low in my life. And my body told me that it was becoming, pretty unbearable. And there's nothing more that I wanted than to breathe. I always try to have the best life, or try to do the right thing, go on the right path, to have a great life, to be successful. That's what I tried to do. But my upbringing, it's like I kind of have an interesting story. And for a long time, probably every day up until tonight, I didn't understand a lot of what I experienced. I was just experiencing things. I didn't know if certain things were happening to me or if I was causing those things. I didn't know. Growing up, so I'm the youngest of 7, and 5 of those being from, having the same mother and father. Growing up, I spent a lot of time alone. When I was younger, I was really shy, and I didn't really talk at all. I don't know. I just didn't feel comfortable talking to strangers. I really only spent my life with my family. I had cousins. I have very few cousins that I talk to. And that was fun. That helped, I had people to play with. My siblings are all older than me, and, I'm just kind of at home with my parents, or if, I'm with my cousins a little bit, but over time, when we kind of start school, that stuff kind of stopped happening. Summertime was kind of the only time, and then I don't know. We got older, you know, different environments, different lifestyles, different lessons learned in life, I think, and we grew apart. So then, that left me with less people to whom I connected with. So then, again, I just have my family. In school, elementary school, I had a lot of friends, I would say, and I honestly would say, like, that's been, like, my best times with friends is elementary school. And then, not everyone goes to the same middle school. So instead of kind of gaining more people along the way, people just kind of disappeared. I just kept losing people in my life who I shared connection with and shared happiness with and fun with. And I didn't know, like, how to deal with that. It's hard for me to gain friends. I don't know, I was fearful. Now I understand, like, it's called anxiety. Having this fear of social anxiety. Being in a space with a lot of people, it's like I automatically feel like I don't connect with them because I know that I feel as though they're so much more, like, advanced. They know so much, and I'm just kind of like there, and I don't really feel like I fit in. I don't know. That's how I felt. And I think I struggle with the idea of losing people, fear of abandonment. I feel like, eventually set in, and I don't know. My parents kind of kept me close to them growing up. I'm a baby, and not that fully means everything, but just being their child, they want to protect their children, all of us. But I think that at times, most of the time, it was kind of negative because I didn't get a chance to get out much in life and experience much, and I guess I wasn't comfortable with people because they were like I wasn't used to people. I don't know how to be, social. I don't know how to do this. Like, I feel like I don't belong here. Like, I don't know. But like, I have to do it, right? How do I get there without doing it? So I would say high school, after that was over, I stopped, or even during, at the end, that's when I stopped having friends. I went, and that was 2018. It might have began in 2017 sometime, I don't know. But I stopped having friends. And when I say that, I literally mean zero. Not one. And I'm like 17 and 18 and 19. and I feel more alone than ever. I feel like my family can only do so much. Like, I only know what my family knows. I don't know anything else. Like, I don't have like a different perspective. I don't get to hear about someone else's experiences. I just I don't know. Stepping out of my comfort zone was tough. I often went against it. In school, I remember being, you know, the worst feeling ever was like the lunchroom. I didn't know what to do. It's like I tried to avoid it. Sometimes teachers would let me stay in the classroom during lunch. In high school, I was able to sometimes go into the library during lunch. Like finding somewhere to sit. It's like everyone's sitting with their friends. I don't have any friends. And yeah, so I think at a certain point, my siblings wanted me to, you know, at this point, they know that I'm getting older. They're seeing that I'm not being so social, that it's gotta end at some point. I gotta do this. I want to say it was 2017. They kind of allowed me, my sisters, my siblings at this point, I think they had like their own places, at least most of them did. And my sister, she didn't live too far from where me and my parents lived. And, she has friends. She's in a relationship. She has kids. My siblings, some of my older siblings, they have kids now. I'm an aunt. I've been an aunt since I was since I was 8 years old. I think. But yeah, she let me come over, when her friends came over, and I was experiencing what it was like to be social. This is what it's like. We sit around, we talk, we listen to music, we smoke, we drink, we play games. This is what we do. This is how it's done. So, they had to teach me, like, they have to teach me everything. Or else I know nothing. Like at 17, and it's like, if I'm having trouble making friends, meeting people because of this anxiety, because of this fear, because of this insecurity, when does it end? Like, what happens to me mentally? how will it affect my life to have only ever experienced it with people who I share DNA with. So I guess that's how it really started. After that, I began to experience even more. And I met this person who I felt like I liked growing up. I liked females. I always was like attracted to them. But I was like also afraid of them. I didn't know how to I guess, live with those feelings. I didn't know if it was okay to have them. I think all like my surroundings is not something that I saw in my family too much. I come from a family of Christians. My parents they're from an older generation, and you know, their faith is like, it's a strong bond that they have, and there are values that they honor, ways of life that they consider just is. And growing up, sometimes it's like, knowing that about them, there are certain expectations and there are certain amounts of pressure that are applied to the child who doesn't understand fully what that means. So kind of like by default or by unintentional force, we are hesitant and are cautious with the way that we choose to live, the things that we choose to do, because it's like we don't want to disappoint, but we're all human. And with that being said, certain things will happen just because that's true. And it would make it okay because it's normal for humans to do. I don't know. It's like, just live. That was something else that kind of hit me, the reality of life and how it's built. It's not like the happiest place in the world, and it's not a dream that is set up for you. It's just set up, literally, and it sets you up. I've gotten to the point in life where I am now aware of that, and awareness is the first step. I know now. I understand now that I have to readjust my brain. I have to unlearn certain things that were taught. I have to do what's best for myself, because who else is gonna do that? Because they have to do it for themselves. I couldn't take it anymore. I had to put myself first because it's something that I hadn't done in a long time. And something that I was in need of was myself. I needed to learn myself and understand myself. I went through so much in life, and also not even close to what other people have experienced. That's insane. Like, I haven't experienced so much, but from what I have experienced, it's gotten to me to the point where I want to figure it out before I continue certain behaviors and certain patterns in life that continue to not work well for me. In relationships, in life choices, and I don't know, in everything. Like, I knew something wasn't right. Something wasn't working. I wasn't being successful in something. And in 2020, I decided that I wanted to move. I wanted to move out of state, and I wanted to try again. I wanted to start over. I wasn't doing good for a minute. And then I started to get better. I started to have bright ideas. And so I made the decision, and I moved. And then I realized I didn't just move. I realized I ran away. I left a lot of pain behind, and I left a lot of trauma behind. And moving on wasn't working. I had to go back. I had to re-experience things, and I had to be reminded that I can't just move on and think that and believe that I can be happy now, because everything that I have experienced so far, it's made me into the person who I am, and I want to be better than who I am, or who I have been. And honestly, y'all, I have accomplished that. For my 21st birthday, I gifted myself with talk therapy. I've been thinking about it for a while at this time, and I'm turning 21. This is a new chapter in my life. I want to improve. I need to. My mental health needs me to. My emotional health is begging me to. My spiritual health is trying real hard to be the strength in all of this. The crystals and the affirmations of the day that pop up on my phone, I thought that I was doing the best that I could, but I also believe that I could do better. And so 3 days before my 21st birthday, I went to my first session and I introduced myself. I talked about what I wanted to heal from. I talked about I just talked about everything, y'all. Talking to someone who I understand that this person is someone who you never met. And I understand how sometimes it could be difficult to understand how a person who you don't know could possibly help you improve your life. But to have an unbiased opinion, they're not there to really understand. It's not about them knowing who you are. It's about knowing what you experience. Because it's not really just you. It's kind of like a science. It's kind of like a generational thing, a behavioral thing, a subconscious thing. So you just gotta really just take the chance, see for yourself, honestly. I could only do so much, spreading of awareness, which that's what I want to do. If I learn some things and those things help me, I would love to share that with someone. I'm not used to sharing who I am with anyone. I'm not used to sharing my thoughts. I'm very private, and I don't know. It was always scary to really be me, cuz I always try to do the right thing and, be a good person, cuz I felt like, doing those things, it's like I would never really experience negativity or confrontation, and things would just be happy and I'd be okay. But I was always a human, and I was never going to only do the right thing. But it's like I was really successful though. I kept a streak of being so positive and doing good. It kind of felt like people just expected that of me, and I was afraid to do anything different. If I showed someone different, it's like, would you think I was lying the whole time, or that wasn't me? Or it's like, I don't know, I wasn't being myself, but I kind of was. I don't know. Therapy leads you into a path of investigation and who you are and who you've been and what's worked for you, and you start learning things, you start researching things. If you're someone like me who will just be up reading articles and taking in information and keeping tabs in my phone, on Safari I have so many tabs open and so many screenshots, and I've looked up so many things online in a dictionary. I'm really trying to understand who I am. I'm really trying to be, stay committed to this path of becoming who I want to be. But I gotta figure out how to do that, and I'm getting it, y'all. About the friend thing, I'm good. I talk to so many people now freely, like my anxiety for a social setting is like, it's a thing of the past. To an extent, there's a range. Is it 100% gone? No, it may never be. But when I tell you I'm doing this, I really am. And it's like I'm taking control and I'm initiating conversation, and, you know, I'm having a great time talking to a new person and understanding them and learning them and sharing things about myself and what I want to do in life and the things that I like to do. And I text people now, like, what's up? Like, what are you doing? You want to hang out this weekend? And then I do. I go out and I experience life with my friends. And then I get to come home and I get to tell my family about it. I've never been able to come to my family and be like, hey, I just went out with friends last week. That doesn't happen. It never happened. I'm just now 21 and it's happening. And it took me a lot of heartbreak. It took me a lot of pain. It took me a lot of suppressing of emotions, I held back a lot on the things that I really needed because it was so much more important for me to do everything in my power to keep somebody else in my life, even if it meant that I was lacking on my own needs. It's like, I'm gonna do everything I can so that you don't leave. Because I need you. I need other people. And it's like, when I have someone in my life, I really am trying to keep them, like, but like I said, it's getting way better. And I know I'm like this right now, but it's like, you gotta go through this first to get to the good part, that feel good part. I got a lot of things planned, and I want to spread love. I want to spread light. That's what I'm about. People love my energy. I'm positive. I know the world is not set up to be happy. I know it's not always going to be peaceful, and you just got to stick it out through the times that it's the complete opposite. But that doesn't mean you still don't have a grasp on peace, because you have your own mind. But it's going to take you to unlearn some things. It's going to take you to change some behavior. It's going to take you to do some research and to really you need you. Sometimes you might think you need other people. You need someone else. But I really encourage you to give yourself you. Commit to yourself. Be loyal to yourself. Don't cheat on yourself. Help yourself. Love yourself. You can't expect someone else to love you, and you don't love you. But we know that, right? But we know a lot of things. We know a lot of things. that doesn't stop us sometimes. We don't stop us, really. We're just not there yet. But you get there eventually. If you want to. Tonight I got a lot of peace. It's easier to breathe. I'm looking forward to the future. I'm looking forward to sharing who I am as I become who I am. I got a lot of ideas I've been having in this head of mine. And I see it. I see it coming to life. Sometimes I procrastinate. Sometimes I don't feel good. I have days where I need time, I need space, I need to be alone, even though I've struggled with being alone. It's like, it's not always bad. It's healthy a lot of times. But too much of anything is sometimes not good, so you just gotta balance. I'm learning how to balance yin yang, So I'm figuring it out. And I know that there's a lot of people out there who are trying to do the same thing. And, it's a process. But shoot for progress, not perfection. Day by day, minute by minute. You just gotta keep going. I know that's a common phrase, right? I guess just believe that means I don't know. But I'm trying to figure it out. And I am. We got it. You got it. I got it. I also have this bowl of butter pecan ice cream that was sitting over there this whole entire time. And it's melted. And honestly, it's perfect. It's exactly how I like it. Like, I feel like you should let it melt some first. But yeah. I'm gonna talk a lot more. I got more on the way. This is kind of long. But I love y'all. To my family, to my friends, if I've ever called you a friend, you know who you are. I just want to say thank you for being a part of my life, because it's meant a lot to me to have known you at some point in my life. If you were ever in my life, it's like, I appreciated that. And if you're no longer in my life, then I wish you the best. I wish you happiness and peace because at the end of the day, we're all in need of it. That's how I feel about it. I'm focusing on going forward. It's going to be a great year. And I'm about to eat this ice cream. So this is great. It's great. So yeah. Bye.